come up with that dog shit pick.
What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium, a very special episode. This is the post-USFL Championship Gymnasium. We just finished year 2 of the USFL. As always, I am XFL/USFL Jim, joined by the one, the only Captain Bitterpants. It is Chase, Lupine Fiasco Sesums, a.k.a. the Wolf of Oakland. What is up, buddy?
I'm telling you what, Jim, my back and hips are undefeated in the Storm prediction game because I started feeling like shit run over twice yesterday, and the Storms rolled in today. So, yeah.
Are they usually about like a day ahead?
Yeah, I can feel it building, usually. Oof. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of sleeping, doing a lot of laying in bed and just randomly screaming fuck, because hoping that would help, and it's not.
Have you thought about taking up a part-time job as a shaman?
Ooh.
Predicting the weather?
Fuck. I would kill as a farm shaman.
See, I think shamans, all they have to do, in my naive view of it, is they just have to predict the weather
and wear diapers
and get real high.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sign me up. Who's hiring?
There's got to be somebody.
Yeah, I feel like I really kind of fit those those requirements to a T.
We're in an interesting spot right now, Chase. We are in a post-USFL, post-XFL world right now. We just had both leagues finish up their XFL Season 1, the new XFL. USFL Year 2, big round of applause to the USFL for getting through Year 2. Big up to them on that.
Milestone.
The championship game has just ended. We'll start with that. Initial thoughts. First, Chase, give me one word to describe the championship game of the USFL in your mind.
Unscrupulous.
That's a good one to pick.
I don't know what that word means, but I feel like it means what I want it to mean.
I'll look it up real quick while I'm thinking of my word. My one word is 40, because my favorite aspect was post-game. Instead of using champagne to celebrate, the Birmingham Stallions were celebrating with 40 ounces of High Life.
Well, that's just a touch of class, you know?
That's awesome.
I love me a good High Life. One of my rare joys in life is when High Life rolls out with the camo cans around hunting season.
Oh, yes. Unscrupulous, by the way, having or showing no moral principles, not honest or fair.
Hey, nailed it.
So the game itself was pretty good. I enjoyed watching it. There was, I'd say, several key moments that took away from the
Yeah, I mean, depending on there was just some very, very questionable decision making from the referees, and it really kind of seemed to slant it to Birmingham's favor. Like we were talking about this beforehand. I don't necessarily think that the Maulers would have just, with how the game looked, like I'm not sure if the Maulers would have won. However, they just I think any chance that they would have had to win was completely taken away by the referees, because if you think about it, it was about a 21-point swing in decisions and officiating. You took away a touchdown. You gave a touchdown that really should have never been a play. It should have been blown dead immediately and backed up 5 yards. And then you had after they go ahead and use replay on their own to take away a Mauler touchdown, don't even look at another late touchdown that sealed it. Like, where in my eyes watching the replay, it's like that ball moved. Like that was a drop. So
that's fair. I don't know why you don't even look at it. And
I don't know why you don't.
The big one for me was the illegal motion just not getting called whatsoever.
Right.
That was the biggest, like, what is Mike Pereira even doing here?
Right. And I don't know. And some of it, I guess, has to come to, I don't know if Ray Horton even used his challenges, which if he didn't,
He did not. He did not. He should have.
Yeah, so I understand I understand being upset with the referees because you feel like they made a bad call, but you need to be just as upset with yourself that you didn't throw the challenge flag to challenge an illegal motion or anything.
Not just that, Ray Horton. You should also be upset with yourself for going for it on the 4th and 8?
Yeah, terrible
4th
decision.
and 8.
Terrible
When there's
decision.
so much time, you're down 1 score. You're
You're
down 1 score, dude.
1 score and a 3-point, and it's just, one thing I'll say about the USFL is it feels like their choices in head coaches have really they seem to keep hiring people who don't either want to use the new rules to their advantage or know how to use the new rules. And I think there's a lot in this game that could be unlocked, like there's a lot that could be different and fun and new, and no one seems to want to use it. And they're stuck thinking that this is a traditional football league, because if Ray Horton thinks to himself, well, if we have essentially a 5-minute, 2-minute warning, I've got 3 timeouts and I can go for 3. Then
just punt it.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of, as a fan of these leagues who wants to see people like maximize what they can do with these rules, it's really disappointing. It's kind of disappointing.
I don't know if that's the USFL's fault or if it's just that's kind of like, obviously these rules are still very, very new, and the coaches you're going to get are a lot of the coaches that are in these leagues. The same with year one. I think even more so in USFL year one. They're going to do the safest options. They're going to not go for 3. They're going to kick the ball every time. They're going to be safe. And I feel like you'd see that in the XFL as well. If they had the option to kick, you'd see people kicking it. I think the only reason you see like people going for 2 and 3 and whatnot more often in the XFL is because they don't have the option to kick it. If they take that away, the USFL, I do love the kickoffs. I like that they have the options and whatnot. And I think it's going to take time. It's going to take time for people to like fully open up and be comfortable with it, because you're getting coaches that are used to playing a certain way. And a lot of these guys that these leagues get are sort of your old school coaches or your defensive coaches that they just want to play safe. They want to play conservative. They want to not do anything crazy. But that's sometimes what these leagues need. They need a maverick. They need a crazy guy out there.
That's why people like Steve Spurrier were great for like the original USFL,
And the AAF, baby.
That's right.
God. Well, congratulations to USFL. Congratulations to the Birmingham Stallions. They are rarefied. They are the second spring football team to win back-to-back seasons, I think, since the Stars back in the 80s. I don't believe another team's done it since then. I don't know if a team has really had much of an opportunity to do it.
Right. No, I mean, congratulations to the Stallions. I mean, unlike last year, they did look like
this Stallions team is better than last year's team.
They were way better. Like, I didn't leave the majority of their victories wondering to myself, how did you win this game? How do you keep doing this?
Exactly. I just want to get in front of it too. People are like saying Skip Holt should be like an NFL or a college football coach. No. He's good in this spot.
Yeah, but I mean, with the NFL, it's a whole different thing.
No shot he should be an NFL coach.
Yeah, with the NFL, like it's less about being a mentor and like coaching people up and more about like managing everybody's personalities and shit.
Yeah.
And with the college game, it's about coaching people up and making people better, but it's also about like, recruiting and the
I
transfer
think he
portal
could
and shit.
be a decent coach at a mid-tier G5.
Yeah, and that's all he ever was. Yes.
I think
we know verifiably he could do that.
This is a great spot for him where he doesn't have to recruit these players. He doesn't have to recruit, and he's a good mentor. He's like got a good rapport with a lot of the players. He's a good players coach. They seem to really love him there. This is like he has fit into the perfect spot in the USFL.
And zebras and stallions run together.
It's true. Apparently, they are the flagship team. Chase, they are the flagship team.
See, yeah, that's the other fucked up part. I blame Moose Johnston. Oh well. I'm not too mad. See, what's great, and I hope that like people hearing this are just like, oh, he just had money on the Maulers or whatever. I had money on both actually. Like
He
I
did win. You still want to bet.
I was in a no lose situation, and I'm still bitter.
I'm just bitter that we kind of lost out on what could have been a very close, exciting game all the way through.
Right. Like it was by the second half, by like midway through the third quarter, it was pretty well done.
Yeah, and that's always a damn shame. We do have a comment, though. Julian Smith in the chat. My wish list for the USFL is bringing back the Denver Gold and Tampa Bay Bandits. I would love Denver to get a team. There is no expansion happening this year, which we already said. Also, they are keeping the hub system. I do believe they might expand a couple hubs.
So they had, 3 this year? They might add another?
They had 4 this year. Okay. They had Detroit, they had Canton, they had Birmingham, they had Memphis.
That's right, they had Memphis.
So they might get I could see maybe 2 more, and then every team's in a home market. There's just 2 teams that have to share. Like
probably probably Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, likely. I don't know.
Probably them. They might get it. They might get the Generals in New Jersey. I don't know if they just settle and actually plant a team in Canton and just make I think Canton seems to show out a little decently. So maybe they just put a team in Canton. I don't know if they rebrand another team.
Right. If they just switch over. So the Maulers become the Canton something, which would be, I think, would piss off people in Pittsburgh endlessly, that you take a Pittsburgh team and make it an Ohio team.
I don't know if you, I wouldn't do it. I can't imagine the switch over to the black and gold and whatnot. You got to keep them in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Generals, you got to keep them in New Jersey, in my mind.
Well, I mean, the switch from black and gold to, from purple and orange is just a matter of just pure human taste and not wanting to make people's eyes bleed.
That is fair. I heard someone rummaging around putting the stars in Canton, and I was like, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, once again, you're taking another Pennsylvania team and putting them in Ohio. Won't end well.
No. But if they expand the hubs, fine. I'm of the situation where I understand the hubs, but I'm just frustrated with it. I get it, and it's fine, but it's still just I want markets.
It's hard. It's not like the XFL with them being transparent with what kind of money they're making and or losing. So it's hard to say what's the best thing for the USFL to do until you know their financial situation. If it's on shaky ground, then obviously it's not expansion. It's kind of keeping things the same until you grow a little bit.
The way Moose Johnson's done it is he's kind of just said in a few interviews during the championship weekend, he said they're going to crawl, walk, run. So they're still in the crawl stage right now. I'm
for it. Crawl.
I'm for it. I'm of the mind where I get it and it's good for the league, so I'm going to root for it. It's just I'm still going to be frustrated by it,
The only things there's literally only one thing organizationally that I can point to for either spring league that I want, and stop me if you've heard this before. It's divisionless football.
I don't know if either of them are going to do that.
They both should, is the thing. But you're right. They might not. I don't know. I think, I think people get tied up in champions and championships. And so it's so important to be a division champion. It's in an 8-team league where half of your division makes the playoffs, how important is this really?
Yeah, being division champion is not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, it should be the 1 seed playing the 4 seed, the 2 playing the 3.
Make it like the college football playoff right now. Why not? 4-team playoff actually works for 8 teams. Who would have thought?
Go figure.
So, just blind takeaway. How are we feeling viewing 2024, XFL in year 2, USFL now in year 3? I'm expecting similarly big leaps. I wonder if I'm getting a little too presumptuous.
I think you see a huge leap in quality of gameplay in the XFL. I feel like the USFL took such a monumental leap that if you're expecting the same sort of caliber of improvement between 2 and 3, then you might be disappointed a little bit. But I think as long as the quality of football just seems like a skosh better than last year, then it's a win.
Yeah.
I think it's the XFL in the next spring, football season that really takes a huge step forward.
I think so too. I'm also excited to see how many players from each league's draft
Actually
jump in, are
yeah.
in and not on NFL rosters at the time. Also, the off seasons for these leagues are always crazy. Who's going to jump? Who's going to remain? I think everyone's of the mind that Alex Magoo is gone. I know your thoughts on him, but he can probably he's probably the best or second best spring football player this year.
Oh, totally. I don't think he's an NFL quarterback though.
No, he's probably he's a backup at best. Probably. I think through both leagues, I don't know anyone who would be an NFL starter.
I agree. Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who goes and who takes this opportunity versus trying to be as a practice squad or something for and get their chance. Which, I mean, you don't know what's going to be best for these players and their personal situations and everything. But I'd like to see more people see it as an avenue, and a couple years down the line when maybe they get a little bit more financially viable, maybe they can compete for players with the NFL.
It'd be nice if they could be offering, hey, you guys, if they can offer a similar salary to a practice squad,
right?
And be hey, you could be a practice squad guy and get no recognition, or you can make the same amount of money and be a star
and put a lot on tape for if you want to be in the other league.
Eric's asking what coaches, if any, will be gone in the USFL next year. I think the USFL is actually in a unique situation where none of the coaches would get fired.
Yeah.
I know people are saying that Skip Holt should, he could be a college or NFL. I don't think so. I don't know if any coach in the USFL could make that next jump.
No, I don't think anyone really. Everyone there seems to be in a position where this is the most optimum spot for them. I'm not sure, unless you have personal reasons. I probably don't think you have any real coaching turnover this year.
I don't think the USFL has any coaching turnover.
Kirby Wilson was the only real. Well, Kirby Wilson and John DeFilippo or Larry Fedora were the two that left, and I mean,
and Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher, you could tell just during the entire season last year was just pretty well over this shit.
He was like Bob Stoops, if Bob Stoops was just frustrated all the time instead of just not caring.
Right. No, I mean Kirby Wilson. I think Kirby Wilson had to go. That was just a train wreck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you see any changes really.
I don't think you see any changes with the USFL, and I honestly don't think you see any more changes with the XFL either. I think Woodson might be the only one that leaves.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. He was the one who just seemed the most
fed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one black guy's asking how long before they make a Mortal Kombat football league.
Ooh.
We'll talk with Fan Control Football. I know they're having money issues right now. If they can incorporate fatalities into their league, that'd be a really cool deal.
That would be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. I think that would push us closer to the movie Idiocracy, though.
It definitely would.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Fan Control Football for doing 2 years and then running out of money in that style of league. I don't know how it happened that they ran out of money so fast.
You mean the NFT market didn't really?
No, surprise. I mean, the USFL got into NFTs as well. So
fair.
But it's amazing how that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, now, Chase, we pack up the USFL, we pack up the XFL. We'll obviously talk about any big off-season moves. I will bring them up too. I'll keep my ear to the pulse of these leagues.
Well, there's one more thing to talk about with this moving to the postseason, though, is how's the USFL XFL gym managing?
They're all right. They're on life support right now. CFL gym though is thriving.
I feel like USFL and XFL gym are due a long vacation in Tahiti or something.
They'll still appear in some videos. I'm thinking about the way I structure the videos, and I'm thinking about incorporating just more gyms interacting in the videos themselves and not having so much solo gym content.
Sure.
But right now it's CFL Gym's time to shine. Speaking of which, I believe the Toronto Argonauts and our swag Kelly are fucking taking it to the Lions right now.
Really?
Oh, they're not taking it. They're 35-24. The Argos are up, but still.
How do you beat somebody named Swag Kelly?
You don't.
Jag Kelly.
You do not. So off-season look ahead. Obviously, we're going to be breaking down anything like that. We'll have our breakdowns for college football and the NFL, which we're going to get into later in this show. But we gotta start brainstorming, Chase. We gotta think of other things that we can occupy our time with until, of course, the college football and NFL season begin.
Well, what I'm currently imbibing that National Geographic channel has gotten into is 3 weeks of Shark Fest. Like they said, fuck a Shark Week. We're doing a 3-week fest.
Shark
and
Fest. Okay.
Yeah, like you were just talking about the USFL. My eyes were fixated on a great white shark wrecking a seal to death.
That's beautiful.
Off the coast of Cape Cod.
Eric
the fucking shark just ate the whole fucking seal.
Eric asked, could you see Skip Holtz leaving for a college football job? If offered one, yeah.
Yeah, because the money's way too. I mean, he's not exactly like a young guy. I'm sure.
You know what? He might be the kind of guy that actually sticks around because he seems to be an ambassador for the league too, more than any other coach. He seems to be like the USFL's guy.
Yeah, I still think that like even just like a mid-tier G5 team is enough money that he might be like,
yeah, hundreds of thousands of dollars is a lot to turn down.
Yeah. So, especially because I mean he's getting up there. Maybe he wants just like a nice little boost before he says bye to the game.
What school do you think would he would call Skip Holtz?
Oh,
because I feel like G5s are moving now more towards like the young up and coming guys. So if we got to think of a G5 that would make the move to an older sort of coach that's like your stopgap coach at this point.
I would think maybe somewhere in the Fun Belt or something.
I was thinking the same thing, like Conference USA or Fun Belt.
Yeah.
Florida International, Skip Holtz.
Makes sense. Down in Ratsmouth, Florida.
Yeah, the retirement state.
I mean, I can see it, I guess.
I might do some root beer rankings or something. I don't know. I tried this Sioux City root beer, not just the sarsaparilla. I got their actual root beer. Pretty good. Pretty good.
There you go.
Good. Chase, I think it's time, though.
Let's get it.
It's time. We are on week 5 of college football, week 6 of the NFL, giving you every game, every outcome. Let's start off Thursday. It's a triple header on Thursday for college football. Middle Tennessee at Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky,
baby. Temple at Tulsa. Yeah, give me the Golden Hurricanes of Tulsa. Jacksonville State at Sam Houston.
J-Ville.
Yeah, I'm going to go J-Ville here too. Louisville at NC State.
NC State.
Yeah. Louisiana Tech at UTEP. I'm taking UTEP.
I'm going La Tech. Those are my darlings this year, baby.
Utah at Oregon State.
You heard it first. Those are my darlings this year.
La Tech?
Yeah. Who is it now? Was it
Utah at Oregon State?
They got DJU at Oregon State now. Utah.
I'm taking Utah. Voz is saying that was his last spring football game for the next 2 years. What do you mean, Voz? What do you mean by that?
Are you being cryogenically frozen or something?
Cincinnati at BYU. He was probably there, and that's the last one he can go to live.
Okay.
Cincinnati at BYU. I'm going BYU.
I'm going BYU as well.
We move to Saturday now. Illinois at Purdue. I'm taking Illinois.
I'm going to take Purdue.
Don't hate it. Utah State at UConn. I'm taking UConn. Oh, Jesus. I thought I was going to zig while you were zagging. Louisiana at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I'm taking Minnesota there as well. Northern Illinois at Toledo.
Northern Illinois.
I'm going to take Toledo. South Florida at Navy.
Fuck, that's tough.
That's tough. These are both. That's tough. I'm taking South Florida, I guess.
I'll zag. I'll go Navy.
That's a shit game, Rayo.
Yeah.
New Mexico at Wyoming. I'm taking Wyoming.
Yeah, give me the pokes.
Hawaii at UNLV. Give me UNLV. Yeah, UNLV. Utah Tech at Colorado State.
Colorado State.
Colorado State. Long story short, Voz will not have internet access for the next 2 years. Okay. Voz. I won't pry into that.
Yeah.
Where were we? San Diego State at Air Force.
Voz, will put some money on your commissary so you can get cigarettes and a honey bun, I guess, if you are indeed headed to prison. Please continue. What was it?
Voz, we both picked Colorado State, I believe, against Utah Tech.
Colorado State, yeah.
I'm sorry.
We're sorry if you are going to prison. That's
San Diego State at Air Force.
I'm
taking San Diego State.
Yeah. San Diego State.
Nevada at Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Yeah, Fresno State, baby. East Carolina at Rice. I'm taking ECU.
I'll go ECU as well.
Clemson at Syracuse.
Syracuse.
I'm going to go Syracuse as well. Up yours, pick Utah Tech. You know what, Voz? I'm going to go back and pick Utah Tech just for you, baby.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. For
Utah Tech over Colorado State.
For our mans on the inside, let's pick Utah Tech.
Pitt at Virginia Tech.
Hold on. Voz, are you going to prison?
I don't know if we can get past this, Voz.
We need to know, dude.
But I'm also going Pitt over Virginia Tech.
I'm gonna go Pitt as well.
Love you guys.
What did he say?
He just said love you guys.
Oh man.
I love you too, Voz. Virginia at Boston College.
Let's go for Virginia.
Yeah, I'll go Virginia here. Baylor at UCF. I'm gonna go
Baylor.
I'm gonna go Baylor here. Houston at Texas Tech.
Houston.
I'm gonna go Tech. Iowa State at Oklahoma. I'm going Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Kansas.
I'm shook, dude. I'm rattled.
I don't know how we just gotta barrel through here.
Yeah.
Kansas at Texas.
Kansas.
I'm going Kansas as well. West Virginia at TCU. I'm going TCU.
TCU.
Arkansas State. Arkansas State at UMass.
Arkansas State.
I'm going to Arkansas State as well. He says pick any Utah team for Voz, even if they keep on losing.
We'll do that.
We'll do that in your honor, Voz. In your memory.
For the Vozer.
Charlotte at SMU. I'm going to SMU. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
SMU.
UAB at Tulane. I'm going Tulane.
Yeah, fighting squid billies.
USC at Colorado. I'm going USC.
Yeah, SC.
App State at ULM. Give me App State. Oh, you're thinking about it.
I'm thinking. They lost to Rich Rod. I'm going to go App State.
Coastal Carolina at Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
Yeah, I'm going to go Georgia Southern here. Voz says when I return, it's going to be lit. Yeah,
yeah, dude.
I fucking bet.
Yeah, man.
ODU at Marshall.
Marshall.
I'm going to go Marshall here too. South Alabama at James Madison. I'm taking James Madison.
I'm going to go USA.
Okay. Texas State at Southern Miss.
Texas State.
I'm going Southern Miss. Troy at Georgia State. Troy for me as well. Ball State at Western Michigan. Western Michigan.
Directional Mish.
Buffalo at Akron. Give me Akron.
I'm going to go Buffalo.
Eastern Michigan at Central Michigan. What do we do?
Central Mish.
Yeah, I'm taking Central here. Fire up damn chips. Miami of Ohio at Kent State. I'm taking Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
Washington at Arizona. I'm going to take Washington.
I'm going to take the flyer on Arizona.
Oregon at Stanford. taking Oregon.
Yeah, it's gonna be Oregon.
Florida at Kentucky.
Oh, Florida.
I'm gonna take Florida as well. LSU at Ole Miss. LSU.
Ole Miss.
I love it. Alabama at Miss State.
Bama.
Bama. Boise State at Memphis.
Memphis.
I'm gonna take Memphis. Bowling Green at Georgia Tech. I'm taking Georgia Tech.
Bowling Green at Georgia Tech. Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Arizona State at Cal at Berkeley. I'm gonna take Arizona State.
Yeah.
Georgia at Auburn. Give me Georgia.
Yep.
Indiana at Maryland. Ooh.
This is close to October at this point, right?
This is September 30th.
Oh, Maryland.
Maryland. Yep. I went up to double check it. Give me Maryland. Michigan at Nebraska. I'm gonna say Michigan wins that one.
You know what? Nebraska.
I really hope
buddy.
right.
Yeah.
Michigan State at Iowa. I'm gonna take Iowa.
Yeah.
Missouri at Vanderbilt.
Vandy.
I'm gonna take Missouri there. Penn State at Northwestern.
Penn State.
South Carolina at Tennessee. I'm gonna take Tennessee.
I'm gonna go Tennessee as well. That's a revenge spot for Tennessee.
Yes, it is. Texas A&M versus Arkansas in Arlington.
That's a revenge spot for the Hogs.
Give me Arkansas. Wagner at Rutgers.
Let's go.
Rutgers.
Golden Guido and
can't
Knuckles
lose that
Nunzio.
one, Rutgers. You can't lose that one.
Let's get him Golden Guido and Knuckles.
Notre Dame at Duke.
I think Duke's gonna give him a game, but I'm gonna pick Notre Dame.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame to win this one. Abilene Christian at North Texas. Give me North Texas.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Moving on to the NFL. We start Thursday night football. Broncos at Chiefs.
Broncos at Chiefs.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
I'm all Broncos.
I don't hate
It's
it.
a hard
Thursday night,
reversal.
weird shit happens.
Hard reversal from last year. I think that the Broncos might be good.
Ravens versus the Titans in London.
Whoo! Crazy things happen in
I'm gonna take the Titans.
London. I don't like the Ravens too much this year. I'm gonna go Ravens.
I don't hate it. The Commanders at the Falcons.
Give me the Falcons.
I'm gonna take the Falcons. Vikings at the Bears, 1 p.m. I'm gonna take the Bears.
Ooh. At 1 p.m., I'm taking the Vikings.
I don't hate that. I just kind of zigged there. Seahawks at the Bengals. I'm gonna take the Bengals.
I'm gonna go Bengals as well.
49ers at the Browns.
49ers at the Browns. Give me the Browns.
I'm taking the Niners here. The Saints at the Texans. I'm gonna take the Saints.
Saints.
Colts at the Jags. I'm taking the Jags, baby.
Jags.
Panthers at the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, I think that's a Fins win.
Lions at the Bucks.
Lions.
Yeah, give me the Lions here. Patriots at the Raiders. Revenge spot for the Patriots. Give me the Patriots. Also, that was also for Vaz. He wanted the Patriots.
I'm gonna go.
Remember, Vaz's like rooting interest is all over the country and makes no sense.
Yeah. But I feel like we got to stay strong for our mans out here on the outside, so I will go with the Patriots for Vaz.
The Cardinals at the Rams.
I'm
going with the Rams.
Rams. Yeah.
Eagles at the Jets. Eagles for me as well. Giants at the Bills.
Give me the Giants.
I'm gonna take the Bills here.
Give me a Brian Dable homecoming spanking.
And then Monday Night Football, the Cowboys at the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
God, if they got rid of that fucktard Brandon Staley, I would say the Chargers, but let's go Cowboys, I guess.
This is like a classic Chargers loss coming up right here.
Yeah, dude.
And that'll do it for week 5 of college football, week 6 of the NFL. We're almost halfway, Chase.
Yeah. Look at this. We're just jamming on through.
That's how we be doing it, baby. And that'll do it for this episode. Any parting words, Chase, for our lovely viewers?
So many. I'm not sure how many I would definitely want to share. In terms of my, I don't know. Vaz, just keep your head up, man. That's the best we can say.
Hopefully, we'll still be here when you get out, buddy.
Oh, we will. We'll still.
Damn right. The gymnasium will be better and stronger than ever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll move to the geographical center between me and Jim, as long as it's not Missouri, and
as long as it's not Missouri,
and we'll just have a dreamatorium.
So, do you count Kansas City in that?
Yeah, a little bit, honestly. Though that its ties to organized crime are pretty fun. That seems like a kind of city we get into.
It would be, as long as it's not St. Louis. I think we're okay.
Yeah, fair.
Y'all know where to find Chase at of Oaklawn everywhere. Make sure you guys give a like and a follow to the Notorious OTB on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I got you, buddy. Y'all know where to find me at XFL Gym everywhere. I got the USFL Gyms recap coming up this week, so be on the lookout for that. And, we're around. We'll see you guys for the Picks Porch on Friday. I'll see you guys for Spring Fever. We'll see you guys for the College Football Tailgate on Thursday. We're busier than ever, and it's the off season.
Let's get it.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week for another episode of The Jimnasium. Bye.